But right now at 5, breaking news. We have new information about the 2 men found dead last winter in the water near La Crosse.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Amy DuPont.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Breaking news tonight. The La Crosse County Medical Examiner today released the cause of death for 2 men pulled from 2 different rivers.
According to an autopsy report, 25-year-old Hamoud Fall died of drowning and at the time of his death had a high level of alcohol in his system.
Fall disappeared last February. Firefighters recovered his body nearly a month later in the Mississippi River. Fall was a psychology student at UW La Crosse. According to the autopsy, investigators do not believe his death was the result of foul play.
Crews recovered the body of 27-year-old Dayton Anderson Teese in the Black River. According to his autopsy report, he also died of drowning and hypothermia. And according to toxicology reports, at the time of his death, Anderson Teese also had a high level of alcohol in his system. First responders pulled his body from the water last February after someone noticed a set of footprints leading to open water. And according to this report as well, there was no indication of foul play.
Well, we enjoyed one more warm day today with some sunshine to start, clouds increasing through the afternoon, but temperatures still topping out well above average. 65 in Eau Claire, 69 here in La Crosse, some 70s to the south and to the east. Rather windy today as well. Here's a live look through CityCam with a cloudy sky, but still dry. In fact, nothing showing up on radar until you head well to our west. Eventually, I'm expecting some showers to develop off to our west and then track east across our area later tonight and especially into the day on Friday. Current temperatures still mild even with the cloud cover. 68 degrees in La Crosse, still some low 70s down towards Prairie du Chien and Boscobel. A little cooler to the north, 60 degrees for you folks in Eau Claire. So cloudy overnight, still rather windy as well with that chance of showers developing, especially after midnight. Some isolated thunder not out of the question either. And look at the temperature dropping from 66 at 4 a.m. to the mid-50s by 8 o'clock as a cold front makes its way through the area. And then temperatures will just continue to drop as we head through our Friday. And again, you'll want to have that rain gear handy as well. All the details of my 8-day forecast, just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks very much, Bill.
The Democratic candidate for Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District bringing in an old friend during his final campaign push.
Outgoing 3rd District Representative Ron Kind joined Brad Pfaff at a campaign event in La Crosse today. Kind decided not to seek re-election after more than 20 years in Congress. Pfaff's opponent, Republican Derek Van Orden, narrowly lost to Kind 2 years ago. Kind says Pfaff is the kind of person that voters should be sending to the House.
We need more Brad Pfaffs in Washington and Madison these days than what we're getting with these other candidates. And unfortunately, I'm afraid Derek Van Orden fits that other category. When I ran against him 2 years ago and throughout the course of this campaign, it's been nothing but attack politics. He views politics as a blood sport.
Brad Pfaff also addressed that he has not had any debates with Van Orden, saying debates are like a job interview, and Van Orden didn't go through the basics of a job interview. Van Orden sent this statement to News 8 Now. Instead of holding a press conferences, he goes to where the people are.
The race for Wisconsin governor is the most expensive in state history. According to the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign, spending as of last week by Governor Tony Evers and Republican challenger Tim Michels and special interest groups on both sides neared $115 million. That tops the previous record set in 2018 of $93 million. And that doesn't include spending between now and Election Day.
A top Milwaukee elections official has been fired after she allegedly sent falsely obtained military absentee ballots to the home of a Republican state lawmaker. The Milwaukee mayor fired Kimberly Zapata today, and according to the mayor, Zapata requested 3 fictitious military ballots from clerks in nearby municipalities and then sent them to a state lawmaker who has been critical of how the 2020 election was administered. In Wisconsin, military voters aren't required to register, meaning they don't need to provide a photo ID to request an absentee ballot.
Preparations for Election Day are well underway for most candidates.
And as Skylar Henry explains, that includes the poll workers who are taking care of tabulating your votes.
The ballots are being prepped and the tables are set up, just waiting for Election Day when poll workers will begin counting the votes in jurisdictions across the country.
Rest assured that professional election administrators from both sides of the aisle will be working to validate and tabulate every valid vote.
But election officials warned that in many parts of the country, not all ballots will be counted on Election Day.
The only reason this has become a big issue recently and the time that it takes to tabulate all the votes is because our races are so close.
By now, most people have already made up their minds about who they'll vote for. So candidates are now doing everything they can to sway undecided voters and making sure their supporters actually make it to the polls. Campaigning in Arizona Wednesday night, former President Barack Obama said everyone needs to make sure their friends and family members get off the couch and vote.
You got to go and vote. So you got to pull them up. Make sure they are voting early or take them with you in person on Election Day.
On Election Day, just a few days away, get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get everybody you know, and get out and vote.
Former President Trump will campaign in person with Iowa Republicans tonight. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Meanwhile, President Biden is also on the campaign trail, stumping for the governor of New Mexico.
The city of Minneapolis has a new police chief. The city council unanimously approved the mayor's nominee, Brian O'Hara. O'Hara had been serving as deputy mayor of Newark, New Jersey. Newark has seen a significant decrease in crime, credited to a street team task force O'Hara started that relies on community citizens and local leaders.
I think his sincerity, his humility, his experience, his tenure on the job, and what he brings with him from the state of New Jersey is going to be valuable to us here in Minneapolis.
O'Hara will serve as chief through January of 2026.
The White House is setting aside $4.5 billion to help families with heating costs. It'll be distributed through the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. According to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association, this winter's home energy costs will be at the highest level in more than 15 years. Some advocates say the money won't be enough to help everyone who needs it.
Predominantly white neighborhoods are being assessed at twice the value of comparable homes in communities of color. Researchers analyzed 47 million appraisal reports completed between 2013 and the second quarter of 2022. They found in the last 2 years the value of the average home in a white neighborhood rose by $136,000 compared to just $60,000 in communities of color. A co-author of the study said the findings reveal an obscene amount of inequity in home appraisals and said the methodology and practice of appraisers is explicitly racist.
Nominations are open for La Crosse's Martin Luther King Jr. Leadership Award. Between now and November 30th, you can nominate a local leader who you think is committed to building community, enhancing diversity, and working for justice. We'll post more information at news8000.com. The winner will be announced on January 16th.
So with temperatures in the upper 60s, it sure doesn't feel like it, but winter and the holidays, we promise, are right around the corner. Today, the cities started putting up their holiday decorations. Wreaths are hanging from street lights in Onalaska, and in La Crosse, snowflakes are dangling from downtown lights. If you're counting, Christmas is 52 days away.
You might as well, though, when it's nice out. Your fingers aren't freezing.
Right,
putting up the lights.
It's a good plan. It's a good plan to do it while it's not uncomfortable.
Well, coming up tonight at 5, another supply shortage hitting the healthcare industry.
Experts say a spike in one pediatric virus is straining pharmacy supplies.
Child killers, murderers, rapists. Hundreds released early by Tony Evers' parole commission. And they're not even telling victims' families.
Governor Evers, everyone in Wisconsin is less safe because of you.
Did you know Master Force has thousands of tools at Menards? Any tool you want, we have. There are hammers, drills, pliers, levels, wrenches, grinders, sanders, compressors, nailers, workbenches, mowers, blowers, chainsaws, floor jacks, knee pads, work lights, fans. And that's just a taste. Come check out the wide range of products from Masterforce, exclusively at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Career politician Steve Doyle loves touting his record. Let's review it. When La Crosse County residents needed tax relief, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed road repair funding, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County parents wanted more support for schools and input on their kids' education, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed violent criminals locked up, Doyle voted no. Steve Doyle's real record: rising costs, rising crime, abandoning us when we needed him most.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Why wait until Black Friday for big savings? At Wesco and Sparta, it's Black November. Get break down the door savings on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and flooring. Save even more with coupon savings of $25 to $100. Buy one item, use one coupon. Buy 10 items, use 10 coupons. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
His job was to serve and protect. Instead, reports say Dave Estenson assaulted and preyed on girls for years. One report of sexually assaulting a teenager. Multiple reports of Estenson trying to coerce girls into sexual favors to avoid citations. And Estenson wants to ban all abortions, forcing victims of rape and incest to carry their predator's child. Sexual predators belong behind bars, not in the state Senate.
Child killers, murderers, rapists. Hundreds released early by Tony Evers' parole commission. And they're not even telling victims' families.
Governor Evers, everyone in Wisconsin is less safe because of you.
Supply chain shortages are nothing new, but the latest one could impact children's health care.
Jenna DeAngelis explores the causes behind the shortage of a common antibiotic.
It's crazy. It shouldn't be this difficult.
This Howard Beach mom couldn't believe how hard it was to get amoxicillin for her sick daughter. The 6-year-old was prescribed the antibiotic by her pediatrician.
They sent it to my original pharmacy that I usually use, and I called to see if it was ready, and they told me they didn't have it and they couldn't get it.
After calling multiple pharmacies, she finally got the prescription filled at Linden Park Pharmacy. Staff there told us when they heard of a shortage, they pre-ordered a significant supply.
We're seeing that shortage predominantly affecting the pediatric population.
The state isn't saying if there's officially a shortage, but on the FDA's website, there is. And the reason is increased demand on 4 pharmaceutical companies which produce the antibiotic. Dr. Nidhi Kumar says it's not directly related to the RSV surge.
Pediatricians do not use amoxicillin to treat RSV. However, that being said, it can be used to treat some of the secondary infections related to RSV. What the thought is that this amoxicillin shortage is really stemming from a supply chain issue.
We reached out to large pharmacies, including Walgreens. A spokesperson said although demand for amoxicillin has increased, it's still able to meet patient needs at this time.
So we don't want families to be alarmed. If we look at the top 3 diseases that we use amoxicillin for in the pediatric population, that is pneumonia, ear infections, and strep throat, we have alternatives to treat all 3 of these illnesses.
News there, and health officials say if you can't get amoxicillin, ask your doctor for a different medication.
And of course, make sure your child's washing their hands, getting enough rest, and eating well. And that's not easy.
No, not at all. Well, still to come this evening, it might be an exciting time of year if you enjoy deer hunting.
But officials say safety should be your top priority.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. Get ready for some cooler temperatures and some rain across the region. All the details with my 8-day forecast up next.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall freezer filler bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Americans struggling to pay their bills, yet Mandela Barnes supports a tax increase on working families. How could he? Barnes also supported hiring an army of 87,000 new IRS agents unleashed on families just like yours. That's terrifying. Mandela Barnes, higher taxes and IRS audits for you, unpaid taxes for him. Remember that on Election Day. Wisconsin Truth Bank is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Tim Michaels wants to scare you with lies. Here's the truth. Independent fact-checkers gave Michaels' parole attacks a pants-on-fire rating, saying they were false and that the governor does not allow any release of criminals. That's a fact. And here's another fact. Tony Evers actually increased police funding, and he's working to invest in high-crime areas, in job training, after-school programs, and mental health. So when you see all these, do this.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we've helped hunters gear up for deer season for over 67 years. So when it's time to head out on your upcoming hunt, we have what you need, all at fair and honest prices. Like 10 packs of Grabber hand warmers, just $5.99. Game Hide camo hoodies are on sale, $29.99. While you're in for hunting gear, get this Schumacher multi-amp battery charger, only $69.99. And load up ATVs with Laren loading ramps and ramp kits, 20% off.
This is fentanyl, so dangerous that one pill kills. They make it in China, smuggle it through Mexico. Across our border that Joe Biden surrendered to cartels and gangs. Brad Pfaff backs Biden's open border agenda 100%. Fentanyl killed 1,200 people last year in Wisconsin alone. Now every town is a border town. Pfaff won't stop the drugs, so we have to stop Brad Pfaff.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Planning a hunting trip? Order the Hunter's Bundle from the Holman Locker and Meat Market. The Hunter's Bundle includes ground beef, locker dogs, bacon, and summer sausage. Shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The gun deer hunting season is just around the corner, and Wisconsin DNR officials are offering safety reminders before going out on the hunt. Conservation wardens say it's important for hunters to treat every gun like it's loaded and to double check it's clean and clear of any mechanical wear. And they say visibility while you're out there is crucial.
Hunters must wear at least 50% of their outer clothing above the waist in color orange or fluorescent pink.
And that rule also applies to headwear, those two colors. Firearm deer hunting season starts November 19th, runs through the 27th. Wilson also asks that you make sure to get your permits worked out before heading out, and of course to watch out for those no trespassing signs.
Yeah, don't trespass. That is a bad, bad thing to do.
Yes.
Well, hopefully the weather cools off for hunters because they do not want to be out there, Bill, like it is right now, because they'd have to run back to the processor if they get something.
Yeah, a little warm for November for sure for this first couple of days of November, but we are going to see some significant changes starting tomorrow morning. Now, cloudy skies right now, but again, another warm day. We had some sun to start. Clouds increased during the afternoon. 69 was the high, just came up short of 70 degrees before those clouds thickened up. Look at that morning low of 58. That is 23 degrees above average, and the record high today 75, so we were only 6 degrees from that. Still 68, cloudy out at the airport, 67 downtown at the station. Winds have been blustery out of the south at 10 to 20 plus miles per hour, and the Mississippi is rising 5 feet, and the pressure is falling rapidly as low pressure deepening just to our west. 60 degrees up in Eau Claire, maybe some sprinkles, but primarily just cloudy conditions for you. And boy, let's play everybody's favorite game, Find the Cold Front. Should be pretty easy, right where the blues meet the greens, yellows, and oranges. Temperatures still well into the 60s and 70s ahead of it, 30s and 40s behind that front, and that's the chillier air that's heading our way. But in the meantime, 60 degrees, the cool spot for Eau Claire, still 68 in La Crosse, and still some low 70s down in Prairie du Chien and Boscobel, and winds out of the south 10 to 20, still some gusts over 20 to 30 miles per hour in spots, and those breezy conditions will continue overnight. So plenty of clouds out there, but not much showing up on radar yet, but I'm expecting some scattered showers to eventually develop as this cold front, an area of low pressure, gets better organized and kind of rides to the north and east along that front as it continues to push east, and then a secondary low is going to lift across the area on Saturday. So we're going to see a couple rounds of rain tomorrow and Saturday. Sky Tracker just showing some kind of scattered showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder overnight tonight. Then one surge of moisture into much of the region tomorrow morning, and kind of periods of rain through the day. Highest chance of south and east of La Crosse. And then Friday night into Saturday, another surge of moisture as that second low lifts across the area, and enough cold air wraps in that some wet snowflakes, not completely out of the question over parts of southeastern Minnesota, but I think most of that will stay out of our areas. The precipitation quickly tapers Saturday evening. Still looking at anywhere from a ½ inch to 2 inches plus through Saturday evening, with the best chances for the heavier rain south and east of La Crosse, but we'll continue to monitor that for you. But look at the highs tomorrow. and these will be set in the morning. Mid-50s in the La Crosse area, still some 60s down to the south and east, and then highs only in the 40s to the north and to the west as the cold front and the chillier air will arrive there first. And again, temperatures will actually fall through the day. So 55 tonight, chance of showers, isolated thunder, and then tomorrow, yeah, 55, the high in the morning with falling temps through the day with periods of rain, isolated thunder as well. Periods of rain and blustery on Saturday, a high of only 51. Sunday and Monday still looking dry with seasonable highs in the 50s. Slight chance of showers on Election Day, a high of 57. And another little surge of milder air next Wednesday and Thursday in the 60s. But then beyond that, it looks like some chillier air on Friday, and that could be the trend or the start of a rather chilly stretch of weather. So stay tuned.
All right, I guess it's that time of year, though.
Yeah.
I hope we enjoyed the last few days while we had them. Thanks, Bill.
Okay.
After the break, a Jackson County community is ready to mark a major milestone.
Black River Falls getting set to celebrate a special 150-year anniversary.
Friday on News 8 Now this morning, working together, how campus and Minneapolis police officers are teaming up to keep the University of Minnesota students safe and voting for the first time. How one Wisconsinite turned his dream into a reality. Have a great Thursday night. More News 8 Now is on after the break.
The Board Store Home Improvements is thankful for over 12,000 customers. As a veteran-owned local business, we appreciate your business the past 33 years. We would love to thank you. Stop in and say hi.
At Gillespie & Associates, we're invested in this community because it's our community, and it's our mission to help you plan your financial future so you can retire with more confidence. To see if you're on track to your financial goals, call Gillespie & Associates today.
The Cooley region has been good to me and my family, and I wanted to give something back. That's why I ran for the state assembly. And I've tried to do good things in Madison for the people of western Wisconsin. Wisconsin is facing a lot of problems today, and we need people who understand how things work. Right now, Wisconsin has a $5 billion surplus. With that surplus, we need to cut taxes. We need to fix our roads, and we need to fund our schools, and we need to do that now.
I see your hard work, everything you do to try to make it, but people continue to be left behind. I'm running for Senate to put more money in your pocket. Ron Johnson's had 12 years to make things better, but costs are still rising, and all he's managed to do is write a tax cut for himself. I believe better is possible. I believe hard work can pay off, and I'll never stop fighting until it does. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badness. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
This is our community. And while the present moment may feel unpredictable, we are here to help you stay focused on the future. So stay safe, stay strong, and stay confident with Gillespie & Associates.
ET's in Hawaii for a Magnum-sized exclusive.
Come on, Michelle, let's go. Ooh, don't have to tell me twice.
Next, ET.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Little nostalgia here. You may remember that moment you got your library card or checked out a book for the first time. A Cooley Region community has been doing that now for 150 years.
Quite a milestone. And News 8 Now's Dua Israr was at Black River Falls, where library staff are getting ready to celebrate that milestone.
Amy and Ken, 150 years ago, Wisconsin passed a law creating what's now known as public libraries. Black River Falls became the first community in the state to open one. In 1872, Wisconsin passed a bill stating libraries would be established by a body of government, be free and financially supported by taxes. Black River Falls was the first community to apply for that status, creating the first public library in the state. On Sunday, the library will celebrate its 150th year. Historian Mary Wood says libraries are meant to be used by everyone in the community.
Children's area and the adults, the teenage area books, the history room. I hope they come in here and they leave with what they want to find.
Over the years, the library grew bigger than its building. In 1995, it moved into its current building in downtown. Sunday celebrations will include a history lesson, snacks, and of course, many books.
Nice.
Aw, thank you, Dua. And that celebration is going to take place between 1 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think mine was Clifford the Big Red Dog. I think that was my first
Really?
book that I checked out.
I have no idea. It was a long time ago. I remember getting my boys their first copy.
Oh,
That was pretty fun. Yeah, we'll be right back.
The governor's basic responsibility is to keep us safe, strong, and thriving.
We all know that's not happening.
Tim Michels, a new direction for Wisconsin.
This election is about what a governor's gonna do. I'm gonna put more money in the pockets of the hardworking families of Wisconsin. We're gonna have safer communities, and we're gonna have better schools. That's what I'm gonna do as your governor.
I'm Tim Michels. If you're ready for a new direction, hop in.
Tim Michels for governor.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Why wait until Black Friday for big savings? At Wesco and Sparta, it's Black November. Get break down the door savings on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and flooring. Save even more with coupon savings of $25 to $100. Buy one item, use one coupon. Buy 10 items, use 10 coupons. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
He pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself. Send him back, and he'll make things worse. Ron Johnson would let Wisconsin ban abortion, even in cases of rape, and said if you don't like it, you can move. He voted to raise the retirement age and wants to end guaranteed spending on the Social Security you earned.
Social Security is a legal Ponzi scheme, but that's exactly what it is.
Ron Johnson, still making it harder on us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Windows and doors, more choices at lower prices. Simple sash replacements for older homes, new windows and new wood trim for newer homes. All styles, wood grain, painted exteriors, grids and decorative glass, double and triple glass. Patio doors, steel doors, and fiberglass doors. Designers to plan your project, skilled carpenters to get it done. Your one-stop shop for windows and doors and other home improvements. More choices, lower prices. The Board Store, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Career politician Steve Doyle loves touting his record. Let's review it. When La Crosse County residents needed tax relief, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed road repair funding, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County parents wanted more support for schools and input on their kids' education, Doyle voted no. When La Crosse County needed violent criminals locked up, Doyle voted no. Steve Doyle's real record: rising costs, rising crime, abandoning us when we needed him most.
Dings, dents, scratches, big crunches. You know where to bring them. Pischke Motors Collision Center on 2nd Street in downtown La Crosse. When you've got a crew of professional body and paint technicians like ours, you provide them with the latest in repair equipment. And that's what we've done in this state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly facility. We have customer drive-in lanes, soft touch, 24-hour car wash. So when the dings, dents, scratches, and even the big crunches happen, bring them to Pischke Motors Collision Center on 2nd Street in downtown La Crosse.
Coming up on News 8 Now at 6, a near record number of school districts are asking voters for more money so they can upgrade their schools.
School leaders in Wisconsin point out a substantial school finance flaw that rewards some districts and punishes others. That story tonight at 6.
And cloudy, rather breezy tonight. Now we'll start dry, but eventually some rain showers will track into the area overnight, especially after midnight and into tomorrow morning as a cold front comes through. Mild for most of the night in the 60s, but once that cold front comes through, temperatures will drop about 10 degrees. Temperatures will continue to drop through tomorrow with periods of rain both tomorrow and Saturday.
All right, thank you, Bill. Thanks so much for joining us.
We appreciate your time. We'll see you at 6.